Morning, children. So we had actually completed the lesson part regarding the physical features of India in the previous class. And now it is time for us to do the activity part of this lesson, right? Okay, so the activity part of this lesson actually starts with the true or false section, in which we have got 7 statements here. We need to read these statements one by one, check with what we have learned in the lesson, and if they are the same, if both these statement, what we read over here and what we have learned in the lesson are the same, then we need to mark it true for that, and if it is opposite, then we have to mark the false one. Okay, so we need to read these sentences one by one, cross check that with what we have learned in the lesson, and if both are same, then we say true. If they are not the same, then we say it as a false, right? Okay, now the first one. The Ganga originates from the Himalayas. So there is a glacier by the name Gangotri from where it originates. I think I've told you this one. Huh? Yeah, when we said about these northern plains, it has got plenty of rivers, and the rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Kosi, and all these are originating from the Himalayas. We have discussed it over there, isn't it? So the statement the Ganga originates from the Himalayas is a true statement, because there is a glacier by the name Gangotri from where the river Ganga originates, and as it originates, its name is not a Ganga, but it is known as a, what is it? Bhagirathi, isn't it? Yes. So the statement is correct one. Second, Mount Everest is the highest peak in India. When we were discussing about the northern mountains, we have discussed it over there that Himalayas are the highest mountain range in the world. It also has some of the most important and the highest peaks in the world. Mount Everest, which is the highest peak in the world, is in Himalayas, but that is not in India. It is in Nepal, isn't it? It's close to India, but not exactly in India. That lies in Nepal, right? And which is the highest peak in India? Yes, Godwin Austen, isn't it? Yes, so Godwin Austen is the highest peak in India. So the statement is a false one, because Mount Everest is not the highest peak in India. It's Godwin Austen. And Mount Everest is the highest peak not in India, but in the world, right? Now, third one. India has 2 groups of islands. Towards the end of the lesson, we discussed this thing also about the islands, and we discussed 2 island groups. One in the Bay of Bengal, which is named as Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and the other one in Arabian Sea. And what was it named as? Lakshadweep, isn't it? Yes. So we have discussed about these 2 island groups. One in Arabian Sea, which is called Lakshadweep, and the second in Bay of Bengal, known as Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So is the statement the right one? Yes. India has 2 island groups. A peninsula has water on all sides is the 4th statement. A peninsula has water on all sides. All sides means all 4 sides. When we were dealing with the lesson, we said that the southern part of India is a peninsula region because, it has water on the 3 sides, isn't it? It's conical in shape and it has water on its 3 sides, so that is a peninsula. And Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep Islands, they are called islands because they are small land areas which have water on all sides, all 4 sides, isn't it? So peninsula is a land area which has got water on 3 sides, and island is a land area which has got water on 4 sides, isn't it? Yeah. So peninsula is something which has got a land area which has got the water on the 3 sides and not on 4 sides. Okay. So the statement is a false one, because an island has water on all sides, a peninsula has water on 3 sides. The northern plains are good for cultivation. The northern plains, which lies very close to the northern mountains, has got water throughout the year, and these rivers always carry very fertile soil called silt, which gets spreads on the plain during the floods, and it makes the soil more fertile, isn't it? Yeah, the plain area is thickly populated also because of its speciality. What speciality? It's very fertile. So the statement is a true one. The Thar Desert receives a lot of rainfall is the next statement. The Thar Desert receives a lot of rainfall. So we have discussed about the deserts, and when we discussed this thing about the deserts, it's very dry land where there is no or very scarce water availability, isn't it? Yes. So Thar region of India is a desert which receives very scarce rain, isn't it? They hardly receive any rain is what we studied. So is it a correct statement? Does Thar region receives heavy rains? No, right? So that is a false statement, because Thar Desert receives very scarce rain, right? The southern plateau is also called the Deccan Plateau. The conical shaped plateau region of India, which is also known as the warehouse of minerals. A lot of minerals are found in this region, is a Deccan Plateau, isn't it? That is a Deccan Plateau. So it is a right statement. Right? Yeah. So I will read these sentences once again. The Ganga originates from the Himalayas is a true statement. Mount Everest is the highest peak in India is a false statement, because Mount Everest is not the highest peak in India. And Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world, and in India, the highest peak is Godwin Austen. India has 2 groups of islands is a correct answer, because Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Islands form the 2 island groups. Fourth one, the peninsula has water on all sides is a wrong statement, because the peninsulas have water only on its 3 sides, right? An island is a land body which has got water on all its 4 sides. Okay. Now, the fifth one, the northern plains are good for cultivation is a true statement, because, the rivers bring very fertile soil from the mountains, and it makes the soil very fertile over there, and it suits the cultivation, right? Okay. Now, the next one, the Thar Desert receives a lot of rainfall is a wrong statement, because Thar Desert receives the least rainfall, right? Then, the southern plateau is also called the Deccan Plateau. Again, is a right statement, because, the plateau region that is in the peninsula region of India actually makes the southern plateau, and that is also known as the Deccan Plateau, the plateau in the Deccan region of India. Okay, so that is a right statement. So that is the first set of questions that we have in this. And now I'll keep the screen the same for another minute, so that you can have a look at the questions and the answers once again. Okay, so read it loud, read it carefully.